Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Today's episode, powered by Perfect Sports Nutrition, is all about using pool noodles for mixed martial arts and kickboxing. All right, in today's episode, we're breaking down pool noodles. And the reason I'm doing this is you see a lot of videos and people trying to use this. And a lot of times, and most of the time I'm going to say, they're doing it for boxing. And I think it's important. I watched guys like Canelo and his trainer kind of use them, and it inspired me to think creatively on how I can use these with my mixed martial artists and some of my kickboxers. So in today's video, I'm breaking it down into 3 parts on how I use the pool noodle, okay? So first things first. Number 1, part 1 is using the noodles for distance control. Now, when you box or kickbox, right, you're in this type of range. But when it comes to mixed martial arts, you want that little bit of extra space, right? So this little bit of extra space is the extra distance control I require and I want from my fighters, right? With this little extra space, they can read the small gloves a little bit more, right? They don't have a 10-ounce boxing glove now. It's a small glove. The risk of us being strikers and being taken down, I want that extra range to be able to defend the single leg, to defend takedowns, kind of evade someone crashing at me. So that extra space helps. So I use it as distance control. And I'm going to show you how we do it here. You can kind of create your own little tips to it. But first things I do is if I walk towards them with 2 hands, what I want my fighter to do is I want him to directional feint me, okay? Like, I don't want to know. I'm giving him the option of which direction he wants to turn, okay? So when he comes here, he picks it. Now, if I rush him a little quicker, he can use a hand frame and push this one off as well, right? So we're managing distance with hand frames, directional changes, okay? Now, sometimes I'm going to stab with one of the noodles, and when I stab, I want my fighter on the outside. So as I stab, they move to the outside. I stab and I move. If I reach them with 2 hands, they get to pick, maybe use a hand pin, and then I stab, trying to catch them to the stomach, okay? Stabbing to the stomach and allowing them to do directional changes. Now, as my fighters get more advanced, right, I want them to throw combinations. Matt might be occupying space, jabbing, jab crossing. I come at them, they move their feet. They're throwing strikes, I'm here, boom, I crash, they move. He's looking for counters, he's using his space. So you can see how we're managing distance, right? With different directional changes, as well as occupying, striking. As I crash, boom, he moves his feet, okay? So that's part 1. Using these as distance management tools is very important, okay? You can see how nice, effective. Look at that as a warm-up. Even before a fight, this is perfect. Now, the part 2 is going to be more of your traditional way to use these, and this is with the boxing and the head movement or the wedging, okay? So, and I'm gonna kind of summarize this very quickly, this part 2 for you, but you can use it, 1, for simple slipping, right? Slipping and rolling. So Matt can just do a single slip, boom, single slip. I can build in double slips, 1, 2. I can do slip rolls, okay? You can build in a system. The way we use it here is I always like my fighters to strike first, then move their head, and then counter. So we'll always throw a punch, okay, first, single slip, counter. Jab cross, single slip, counter, okay? Now, I like to start the same drill with single slip, double slip, slip roll, okay? So in a quick thing, I'll kind of fly through all 3 with Matt, okay? So we'll start with our single slip. Jab, single slip, 2-punch counter. 1, 2, single slip, counter. 1, 2, 3, single slip, counter. Then we'll go to double slip. We start with the jab. Jab, double slip, counter. 1, 2, double slip, counter. 1, 2, 3, double slip, counter. Then the last one we'll do is the slip roll. You start with the jab, boom, slip, roll, counter. 1, 2, slip, roll, counter. 1, 2, 3, slip, roll, counter. So that's how you basically do it. The way you want to add, mix in your combinations, that's you. But just understand it's a very valuable tool for head movement. Now, another way you can do it doesn't even have to be head movement. Matt can use his parrying or his high guard. So I smack him in the head, boom, he blocks it. I smack him in the head, he blocks it, okay? If I hit him to the body, he folds, boom, he folds, boom. We can build counters. So I hit him here, he counters off whatever he wants, boom. He counters, body shot, boom. he counters. So you can build in using your blocking to the head, then he can roll if he wants, right? So you're building in options for him to defend and counter. Okay? Now the last part, and this is more for my MMA fighters, is using this as a tool to manage distance as well as to defend takedowns. Now, usually depending on whatever stance it is, right, they're gonna be moving. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna try to shoot and try to grab a single leg. So you need to start building in those frames, those movements, pulling out that lead leg. So what I'm gonna do is, every so often, I'm gonna use that part one of distance management, making him move, okay? Every so often, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot and I'm gonna try to smack his lead leg, and I want him to pull out. Now, if I come aggressively, and he can use a lead frame if he wants it here and keep me away, or he can kind of just backstep his feet and keep moving out. 1, 2, maybe he does a double step back because I might be chaining my wrestling together. So he might go 1, 2, and then he circles out. Or he uses the frame. Boom, good. He double steps back. 1, 2, and he moves out, okay? Then we can maybe mix in our striking. I can say single slip, boom, 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 shoot for the legs, okay? Make him move outside. Directional feints, boom. I shoot for the legs, boom, he's gone, okay? Double slip, 1, 2, slip, slip, boom, boom, shoot for the legs. So we're mixing in all types of different movements, striking, defense. Now, for kickboxers, one other element you can add, and even for my MMA guys, boom, I can do a leg block, right? So it can be a leg block. As I go to shoot for the leg, he pulls it back now. He evades, okay? He might evade the low kick with a evade, boom. Next time I try to get it, boom. This time he might block it, boom. He might block his head. I try to take his leg, boom, okay? So you can see now I'm mixing in punches, leg kicking, shooting, angle directional changes, forcing him to step out. He can use a frame as I shoot for the leg. He can double back step out to defend. So you can see we created a whole system of fighting all with these pool noodles. They don't have to be targets. They can just be moving around, get you that extra distance control. So when you do it, try to think about it in 3 parts, and I think it's gonna really help you build your game of using this, okay? They're cheap, they're effective, and you can do so many fun games and tools with it, okay? This is using it more at advanced fighting, but you can play games with your beginner students with. A lot of valuable stuff can happen with these pool noodles, and again, super cheap to have. All right, hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you keep liking and subscribing to Bazooka Kickboxing, and make sure you support the channel by supporting our sponsors, right? Perfect Sports Nutrition. You gotta make sure your supplements are up, and make sure you get onto Perfect Sports, all linked in the description below, and using code BAZOOKA20 gets you 20% off your supplements. Highly recommend the pre-workout, right? The Altered State, that new grape is my favorite. We have their protein, and obviously their branched-chain amino acids are my personal daily favorites. Then we have Hayabusa by going to Hayabusa Fight, linked again below, help you get all your new gear. Those T3 boxing glove lines, again, my personal favorite. Last but not least, bazookatraining.com, online curriculum taught by me. Brand new videos every single Monday. We have an archive library of over 250 videos, all for less than $10 a month, okay? This stuff here, I told you so many concepts, backstep, distance control, distance management, hand frames. That's all online, taught in a curriculum for you. So get over there, home workouts, bag workouts, tutorials, sparring drills. You have enough information to make you a lot better fighter and keep learning martial arts, all right? We'll see you next time here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Welcome to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA online training. I'm Bazooka Joe Valtellini, the owner here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Over the past year, I've designed and created a website to teach Bazooka curriculum at home and across the world. The purpose of this website is for you to, 1, hit your fitness and health goals, all while learning world-class martial arts instruction from me. The beautiful thing about this website, it's geared for all levels. So if you're learning martial arts for the first time as a beginner, we help you progress into the bigger stages. And if you're a pro fighter, guess what? We have different fight concepts for you to improve your tool set and your skills in the ring or cage. As the fastest rising kickboxing world champion and a lifelong martial artist with over 30 years of experience, I've been able to combine my passion for martial arts and teaching to create this website. This website's gonna give you some of the tricks, secrets, and inside look at some of the training I use to win my world title. Once you subscribe to this site, you're going to be getting weekly training videos and tutorials that you can do from anywhere. The sections are broken up into 3 parts. The first is bag workout. So if you have a bag at home or at your gym, you can use these workouts to supplement your training. The second is at-home workouts. A lot of us don't have the room for a bag or a bag in general, so these workouts are for no equipment needed and you can do them anywhere. And finally, the tutorial section. If you're having any problems with a specific technique or fight concept that's covered in any of the workouts, go to the tutorial section, learn the technique, and then go back to the workout, and this time, do it with proper technique. One of the added benefits once you subscribe is the forums section, where you can get a more personalized experience where you can ask questions and I'll be able to go in there and answer them. It's all about building a team and a community of martial artists helping each other grow. So subscribe now to get access to all the videos plus more so you can be part of the squad here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA.